Alrighty, so this is section 9.2, the surface area of prisms and cylinders, day 2. Today we'll be focusing on the surface area of prisms. So we'll start off by defining a prism as a polyhedron with two congruent parallel faces. And again, these two congruent faces that are parallel from each other are called the bases of the solid. So a prism could look like something that's two rectangles, bases, that all the corners are connected. We also have the height of a prism. The height is the perpendicular distance that connects the two bases. So it has to go from one base to the other, and it has to be perpendicular to both of the two bases, to the top and the bottom. We also have the surface area of a prism. This is just the total area of all of the faces of the prism. So if you add up the area of each side. So we have a formula for the surface area of a prism. The formula is S equals 2 times B plus P times H, where B is the area of the base of the prism, P is the perimeter of the base, and H is the height of the prism. So again, we can draw a prism made out of two rectangles, a rectangular prism. Connect our two bases. We have B is the area of the base, or the area of the bottom. P is the perimeter, or the distance going around the base. And H is the height going from one base on the bottom to the base on the top. We can also find the surface area of a prism just by adding up all the faces or all the sides. It doesn't matter which method you use, both should give you the correct answer. However, for the rest of this video, I'm going to use the method of using the formula. So for example 1, we're going to find the surface area of the given rectangular prism, meaning that both of our bases are congruent rectangles. And I'm going to use the formula for the surface area, which again is S equals 2 times B plus P times H. So first we need to find our B, or the area of our base. Our base here is a rectangle, so I'm going to find the area by doing length times width. My length is 3 inches and my width is 5 inches. So I'm going to plug in 3 times 5. So when I multiply this, I'll get that the area of my base is 15 inches squared. I also need to find the perimeter of my base, so I just add up each of the sides around the base. So I have 3 plus 5 plus 3 plus 5. When I add all that up, I'll get a perimeter of 16 inches. And last, we need our height. Well, our height here is given to us as 8 inches. The height going from the bottom base to the top base. So we can plug each of these into our formula. We'll get that as the surface area equals 2 times, for B, we'll plug in 15, the area of our base, plus P, the perimeter, is 16, times H, our height, is 8 inches. So I want to multiply 2 times 15 to give me 30, plus 16 times 8 gives me 128. And when I add these together, I get a final surface area of 158 inches squared. Surface area is a type of area, so our units will always be square units. Alright, let's look at example number 2. Again, we're finding the surface area of a rectangular prism. Our base here, the top and bottom, are both rectangles. So I'm going to use the formula S equals 2 times B plus P times H. We need to find B, the area of our base. Again, it's a rectangle, so we're going to use length times width. And plug in 2 for our length and 6 for our width. So we have a base area of 12 square inches. The perimeter of our base is just the distance of adding up all the sides. So we have 2 plus 6 plus 2 plus 6. So our perimeter is 16 inches. And the height going from the bottom to the top is given to us here as 3 inches. So we need to plug all of these into our formula. We'll get S equals 2 times B equals 12, so we'll put in 12 for B, plus for P we'll put in 16, and for H we'll put in 3 for our height. We want to see what 2 times 12 gives us 24, plus 16 times 3 gives us 48. And when we add these together, we get a final surface area of 72 inches squared. Again, it's an area, so our unit is squared. Alright, so you're just responsible for the one checkpoint for tomorrow.